crafty friends, welcome back to Simply Christmas. Today I am sharing this sweet little nativity card project that you can print and make at home. Now last year I created the mini nativity kit that was in my Etsy store, and then I made a free printable using that same kit for Simply Christmas. You've told me just how much you love that nativity kit, so I am back this year with this card to add to the collection. The mini kit is still available in my Etsy store, and the free printable is also available over on Shabby Art Boutique. So there will be a link below where you can go and download that today, as well as this little card. So this pop-up card, really cute. It's got the little sheep and the shepherd in there, got the nativity in the back, all popped up on tape. Really easy, but the great thing about it is it folds down flat, so you can pop it into an envelope to post or gift. On the back of this little card we have a pocket, and this tag and stamp comes with it. I've just popped them together with some tulle there to pop into that little pocket, and there's still plenty of room in that pocket to put in a gift card as well. Now this project is pretty easy, and it's one that you could certainly do with kids, so it'd be a nice little project to do on the weekend with them. So I think probably the best thing to do is just to gather our supplies, and I'll show you how we can create this project. Now these sweet little nativity cards are really quick and easy to put together. They're in a ready to print and make project. So all the work's been done for you. You literally just print them off, cut and fold and glue together. And it's definitely a project you can work on with the kids because they are this simple to put together. I've printed mine on 230 GSM matte photo paper. So that's a paper that's got a little bit of weight to it. It can hold its own shape, but still thin enough to be able to fold to put into an envelope. If you're in the US and Canada, that'll be 62-pound matte photo paper. The printable comes with two file types. There is a ready to print PDF inside each one, and JPEG files. Now if you're someone that uses a cutting machine, you might be able to utilize those JPEG files. I do not offer SVGs, but I am quite happy to give the JPEG files. There are 3 pages to print off. So we have a page of just little fussy cuts that are going to form the inside of the card, and of course a tag for the back. And then we have 2 pages of basically the construction of our card. There is another page that's supplied, which is this stripe paper, which I have printed on the back of all of their pages, so that when you put the card together, the back is already there for you, and it also forms the lining on the inside. If I can just pick that one up, you'll see it all starts to match up. So we have the back of the card. This is going to form the front. We have another little overlay that goes on there as well. We have a pocket for the back. And we have this little piece inside, this little insert is going to go in the middle of the card to put our little cutouts on. So I've already gone ahead and cut all those out, and I've also started to put a little bit of ink on. I only use a little bit of ink. I'm not someone that likes to really distress my my projects, but if you do, that's up to you. You don't even have to use ink if you don't want to. Now I'm just folding up these 4 score lines. On this little one, this is the only score lines you've got in the project apart from just doing the pocket. I don't know if you can see them there, but I've actually marked them in just a slightly darker gold color, and that's what you score on those actual 4 lines, and you don't see them then when we fold it up. That's all there is to it. So you just score those, fold them up. I'm just going to put a little bit more ink on those, just using just a little light touch just on the very edges. Gives it a little bit more definition, and really kind of goes with this look of this one as well. I'll just put that there. I think the rest are all done. They are. So I've just put that little bit of ink on. So our card's basically going to go together like this. That's just going to glue down on there. That's that simple. I'm going to put this on here first. This is our little front, and it fits completely neatly over there between those 2 score lines. And then because we've put a little bit of ink on that, it just stands out a little bit more. I'm just using some basic white glue. It's just a PVA glue. Depending on where you live, it'll be called different things. But it is just a basic glue, but you can use whatever you usually use. But paper to paper, this is a great glue to use. Like that. I'm just going to spread it out a little bit so we don't have any lumps and bumps. Perfect. Because we've inked those up, it's quite easy to see where those lines are. Just pop that in place. Okay, that's on. That simple. Okay, on these little tabs here, there's one on each side. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on there as well. And pop that down on our backing sheet. So the nativity scene is what's on the inside of the card. So make sure you have it right around the right way. I'm just going to pop these down on top. Make sure I get them roughly in the right spot. The beauty of white glue is, of course, you can slide it around. It doesn't stick down immediately. There we go. I'm just going to turn that around and use my bone folder just to push that down. It's going to slip and slide a little bit, but we'll just put that one back in position. Okay, so you can see that it's now when it dries, it allows you to be able to fold it flat. Make sure I've got that in the right position. Just going to push that down just to make sure that they are firmly attached. That's got it. Okay, now we're going to put our little insert in. It has two tiny little lines each side, about 1/2 inch in. We're just going to fold those over. You don't need to score those, they're just small enough to be able to just fold that. Now that's going to go inside our card, and those little tabs there are going to glue onto the side of the card. But for this card, I'm going to take them down quite low, almost to this point here, because we want our little shapes. So let's get them out, a little sheet. We want them to sit down quite low so we can still see the nativity behind them. They're just going to be sort of sneaking or peeking out the top there. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on there, a little bit on each side, like so. This is probably the fiddliest part of it, but you know, you really can't get it wrong with the white glue because you can always move it around. I'll just get the first one in. So I've just put this side on. I'm holding that in place for a second. And if I just fold that down, the other one should go into position pretty close to where I want it. Okay, so I'll put it this way, you might be able to see it better. It's just through the middle there, just near the top here, so we can still see our design in the back. Put that right over. I'm going to give that a second to dry. Okay, now the fun part of assembling it with our little fussy cuts. We're going to put these little sheep just here on that little insert, and they're just going to tuck in there, just to the side so we can still see the nativity. So I'm going to put a little bit of white glue on them, mainly on this bar here and a little bit on the back of the sheep. So just put a little bit on there. Okay, that's all we're going to need. And I'm just going to make sure I'm in shot there and you can see it. I'm just going to pop them in there like so. I'm pretty happy with where that is. Move it across a little bit more. And I'm just going to squash it down for a second just to push them down so they adhere to that insert. I think we're pretty straight. Okay, that's our little sheep done. Now we're going to pop the little shepherd in just behind them here, just to the side of the nativity, but up a little bit. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of tape in there, a little 3mm foam tape on the back of this little insert here, so that our shepherd's going to sit out just a little bit more as well. And it's not so much that's going to bulk up the envelope if you're going to post it or put it in an envelope to give. It's just going to pop it out a fraction. I think the easiest way to do that will be to put this actually onto the strip at the back. It's just a bit fiddly. Maybe easier to do it from this side. Oh no, probably better this side. Hold that forward and put that on there. See, I've popped that in there. I'm just going to peel that off. This doesn't make for great videoing as you can't really see exactly what I'm doing, but peel that paper off a double-sided tape. Now I can just pop in my little shepherd. When it's in the right position, I can just push it down. So I just get my fingers in there just to make sure I've squeezed it tightly together. Okay, that still folds nice and flat, but just gives a little bit more dimension when you're looking at it from in front of it. Now we've got a little angel to pop on here as well, and then we're going to put on our little Silent Night just in the front here, but I'm going to pop that up on a little bit of tape as well. So it's still not bulking it up too much, but just giving it a little bit more dimension. So we're going to pop our little angel just in there like that. So I know that the glue just needs to be in this section here. Once again, just using white glue. You want her to extend into the frame a little bit. Okay, that looks pretty good. Still all folds nice and flat, can fold either way. Now I'm going to put some tape on here. So as I said, I'm just using 3mm foam tape, double-sided. I'll just peel those off. Right, that's got those off. And I think to put this down, I'm going to actually flatten it, make it a little bit easier to give push on it. And just position it, make sure I'm in the center. That's cute. So it's not a lot, it just lifts it a fraction, just gives it a little bit of depth there. That's looking really, really cute. Now for the top here, I have got some stars. I printed off there a mirror image. Get this one. So I'm going to stick one on the front just here. Normally I would just use my punch and curve that, but we don't need to on this one because we're just going to put a little star there. And I've got one to put on the back to back. So you'll see the same thing from the other side. So I might just put a bit of glue on here. Doesn't matter if it extends past it because the other star is going to go on the other side. Just sort of center that. Maybe down a bit lower. So there's a little star. When we turn it over, this one's going to fit on the other side. I have left a little tiny white border around that when I fussy cut it so that it gives you a little bit of room, wriggle room if your fussy cuts don't match up exactly. It's very hard when you're doing like mirror image. They don't always match up perfectly. Just going to spread that out a bit more. Don't want too much glue. Now have a star on both sides, front and back. So now all it's left to do is to pop in our our little pocket. So I have given you tabs on this, and that's so that when you fold them in, it just gives a bit more room inside of your pocket to put things. So we've made a card or a tag to go in there, but you could fit in a gift tag as well, or gift card, I mean. There'd be enough room. So I'm just applying that a little bit just so it curves a little bit so there's plenty of room to stick things in. And for this card, so it's got a bit more body at the base, I'm going to actually put that first tab right on the very edge. So So I'm going to do that one first before I do the other two side ones. I'm going to spread that out, make sure that's really quite thin. Now we're lined up. Flat mat down, and it's just a fraction narrower than the actual backing, so I can go almost edge to edge. Remember, I haven't got any glue on the side tabs yet, it's just on that base. So now I'll put a little bit of glue on these. It's a full bottle, so I'm being a bit cautious that it doesn't come out too quickly on me. Okay, tuck them in and straight down, and that's our little back pocket on, and it matches with our little angel that's on the front. There we have it. I've got a little pocket on there. Now with the tag, I've given you both of these elements in the printable. It's a little stamp and the tag, and I've actually stuck them together, put a little bit of tulle on the top and a pretty little glittery bow, and that fits in there cute, and a little bit of tulle shows from the front as well. So it's that easy to put together. It's really, really cute. I'm actually going to put a little bit of stickles on mine now just to glitter it up a little bit, and then we're done. So I'm just using the diamond stickles. Just adds a little bit of glitter, a little bit of sparkle. I mean, it's really perfect for Christmas cards. Really empty this one. Let's get a bit more out. What else can we put it on? These little berries up here. So I've got a little bit of stickles just on my little envelope card, just on a few little places, just to sparkle her up a little bit. I'm going to put that aside to dry just for a minute because they do take a little while to dry. Meanwhile, I'm going to make a quick little pouch for our little card to slip into. This is just 2 pieces of that card printed. It's 7.5 inches wide by 8 inches high. Just 2 sheets. I'm going to simply glue them together. No tabs, nothing. I'm just going to make it really, really simple. I'm just going to grab some glue, put a quick bead of glue around the outside, make sure I've got it facing the right way. That's all I'm doing. I'm just making it really simple. It's just something to be able to put it in, to gift it to someone. Obviously, if you're posting, you wouldn't do it this way. Now make sure I've got them the right way so it's facing up. Line them up. Make sure they're right before I press it down. That easy. Just gluing 3 sides. And I'm going to take a little punch, a little notch out of the top there. Just halfway. There we go, that's done. And of course, if you wanted to, you can put a little dusting of colour on there. Just makes it more of a gift then, doesn't it, when you're giving it to someone. Just going to round that little corner on the bottom as well. There we go. Super quick, super easy, but you know, it looks effective. So there we have it, our little card's all dry. She is really, really cute. Turn it around, we've got the cute little tag to go in the back there in the pocket. There's plenty of room to be able to put our little gift cards and things in there as well. Folds nice and flat to be able to pop into an envelope like this one. So this is just our little 7.5 by 8 inch envelope. So put my hand in there and make sure it's all free to slide in. push that down. I think that's still a little bit wet. I can feel a bit of glitter on me. There we go. There's our little pouch. Just a simple little way to give it that looks a bit neater, and it's more of a surprise when you pull out your card at the end. How cute. I'm really happy with that. I hope you will be too. So thank you for crafting along with me today. If you've enjoyed this tutorial, I'd love you to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of the other festive projects that are still to come. Don't forget there are lots of free printables and tutorials waiting for you on my website and inside my newsletter freebies library. So I'll leave a link in the description for those. And finally, a little reminder that the craft room doors are now open for new members. If you'd like to join our cozy creative little community, now is the perfect time. It only opens twice a year, so it won't open again until May next year. So I'll leave the link for that in the description as well. I look forward to crafting with you again next week.
Love was born in the candle's glow. Sleep, dear Savior divine. Sleep, dear Savior divine. Gentle night, calm and still. Hearts are touched by God's will. Angels sing of His boundless grace. Hope and light fill this holy place. Christ our Savior is near. Christ our Savior